fútbol del mundo está aquí. Ladera Ranch, California, enfrentando a Calexico, California. Duelo de californianos. Un placer estar con ustedes. Yo soy Rebeca Landa, alongside Roy Philpott.
Bienvenidos.
Amazing.
Gracias. We cannot wait. That was so well done, and we're so excited as quarterfinal action continues in Canton, Ohio. Rebecca Landa, Roy Philpott, for those watching in English, and we want to take a look at the updated bracket because we have seen some incredible play already this morning. Congratulations in order for Costa Mesa, California, representing the Chargers. They survived a late rally by Staten Island, New York with the Jets in a fantastic game that ended just moments ago, and we are so excited for our second quarterfinal matchup of the day, and we've got some outstanding talent on both sides, Rebecca.
Yes, we do. So when we talk about the Raiders, the Cowboys, I mean, in Calexico, California, this is a team that has roots in Mexico, but they play this format of really fast-paced football, which is exactly what happens in the U.S., and it's exactly what we're going to see from the 49ers. Both teams have great quality players, very well technique, and a lot of smarts when it comes to playing flag football.
49ers and Cowboys, what's not to love on a Saturday morning? Our NFL Flag Championships continue with the championships continuing. 49ers and Cowboys, Calexico, California, Ladera Ranch, California, represented their respective teams today. And for the 49ers, we go back to yesterday and what they were able to do in the end zone. Beat the Packers 20-13, and boy, we've talked about Paige Russell and her accuracy.
Yeah, you can see her eyes, how she's moving the defense with them. She's going to make them move to the right. Great defensive work by the Packers, making sure they're really close and touching those offensive players. But it's enough to move an eye, that touchdown. And here you're going to see a great route design. The key right there is that player. She's going to cross under in a motion, but the cross is going over on the top of the touchdown to make space. Really hard to cover, even if you're tight on coverage like she was.
Ava Wernemar finding the end zone. Meanwhile, for Calexico, they'll use two quarterbacks.
Yes.
And that has been very sneaky this weekend.
That's what we were talking about. They have Mexican DNA in their flag football playbook. And oh my God, Giovanna Ortiz, she's so amazing. She has a cannon off an arm, like we just saw, stepping into that pass and throwing it deep. And here, opening the area for her receiver with that rollout to the right. You can see Paula Nicole Cruz, great athleticism, hips don't lie, and into the touchdown.
Oh, Shakira, yes, it makes sense. For the Bad Rabbits, the Cowboys from Calexico, California, led by Alan Salas, who is the current German national team head coach on the men's side. We talked about Giovanna Ortiz. They have a variety of skill players that can throw the football. Ortiz in particular, was, you mentioned the cannon of an arm. Even into the wind, she has found success in Canton. For the 49ers, South OC Wave out of Ladera Ranch, California. We talked about the accuracy of Paige Russell. Gwyneth Lyon, a number of key catches yesterday in their victory over the Packers 20-13.
These teams, both of them, are so complete. They have such good players, very disciplined.
First play from scrimmage, Ortiz. Deep ball and incomplete, and blanket coverage with a penalty marker coming in. Tinley Hill in coverage on Manriquez. And a flag coming on the 49ers defense.
If you're a defensive player in that position, what you have to do is look at the eyes.
Defense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Look at the eyes of your receiver. As soon as those guys go up, you make sure you have to turn your body, because the pass was underthrown. She could have turned around and even intercepted that pass. But you see, she's using her body against the receiver, throw that pass. Perfect timing.
You mentioned Mexican DNA with plays like that.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Because in northern Mexico, we see more of this perhaps than what we do here in the States.
So what that means is that we're going to use two quarterbacks all the time. It's part of our DNA, basically. So you're going to see that pass laterally, and then it can come back. A lot of the teams don't know how to attack that, especially when you're talking about the rushers. It's so important. That's something that we saw yesterday with the team the Cowboys were facing. They just couldn't adapt to those two quarterbacks. And sometimes when you don't know what to do, With the plan before the game starts, it's just so hard to adjust in real time.
Corey Hill, the head coach for the 49ers, after the first incompletion from Paige Russell. In the red uniforms with the red shorts today. The dump off to Gwyneth Lyon. We talked about her moments ago. Third down midfield to go on the first possession for South OC Wade with the 49ers.
Safe hands. That's the way I would describe Gwyneth Lyon. Also, great route running. She's very disciplined in her breakdown, which generates space.
With 8 minutes and counting remaining here in our first half.
Partido cerrado desde Canton, Ohio. Bad Rabbits, los Cowboys enfrentando a los 49ers. South OC Wade, solamente un punto.
And you're watching the NFL Flag Championships presented by Toyota. Back in Canton, Ohio. Pro Football Hall of Fame. 7-6. Cowboys at 49ers. Becalando, Roy Philpott. And with just under 8 minutes remaining in our first half. The Cowboys will get it back, and Ortiz wants to throw it. High pass corral quickly.
And the near side goes Nicole Cruz. And Paula Nicole Cruz, second and mid.
Giovanna Ortiz is reading the defense perfectly. She can tell there's only one linebacker. You're going to have 3 D-backs, so that linebacker has to cover the whole field when it comes to the bottom of that defense. So hard to do. She's going to get divided at some point, and they do it in the last play.
We've seen Ortiz and DeCastro attempt passes today. And Ortiz had the option to get it out to DeCastro. And on second and mid, 2 yards shy of the line to gain. So perhaps an opportunity for Calexico here to try to get one deep.
They are going to do it. I just know it. We saw it yesterday. Alan Salas was saying, I trust my offense and I trust my defense. So, of course, we're going to be aggressive and we're going to play those big plays. So I would expect a big throw right now. If they scouted correctly, the 49ers should know that.
4 downs to pick up the first down short of midfield, crossing midfield, then 3 downs to score. NFL flag rules. Ortiz will take the defense gives, and Paula Nicole Cruz will pick up the first down.
It's beautiful. 3 catches in a row for Paula Nicole Cruz. It's a simple route right next to the sideline, perfect 4 yards after the catch.
She is set to play flag in college at St. Thomas University. Also a standout performer running track. Many of these players bilingual. You talked about the dual citizenship.
Passes laterally, you need to generate the space. Also the time that the rusher needs to move around. They would know you're going to find Nicole in that post after she does like a stick route outside.
Gen Youth and the NFL Foundation have teamed up to bring NFL Flag in School to over 40,000 schools nationwide. Energizing physical education, empowering 17 million students through movement, teamwork, and play. Flag football making its Olympic debut in 2028. Momentum is building. Learn more at genyouthnow.org. Second down midfield to go for the 49ers. We've seen touchdowns on all 3 drives in this game. And back on the field is Paige Russell at quarterback. Roberta De La Pena, the pick 6, wants to go into sports communications, also plays soccer. And after the 2-point conversion, then the pick 6, now going for 1 for the Cowboys. And what an incredible start.
Those are the plays you never forget.
Ortiz went under center, fires his strike. 1-point conversion is good. And Manriquez, first team All-Pro in her division. And the smile after this fast start for Calexico.
Yeah, and look at the scoring leaders in this division. Almost 25 points per game. That's really good considering you have basically 5 drives in a flag football game.
22-6, under 3 minutes remaining in our first half, and it's been explosive. Gwyneth Lyon still on her feet, and the flag pull after a quality pickup, second and mid.
Yeah, and this gives you a little bit of confidence if you're the 49ers. It's perfectly to start like this, very consistently, and you know Lyon has the ability to gain yards after the catch. Exactly what she did right now. Great play.
Running clock with 2 12-minute halves. 49ers incomplete. Russell looking for Wernemar, who had the touchdown from 41 yards out. The 49ers last possession. 3rd down and mid, and 49ers needing about 10.
Yeah, and right now, I wouldn't risk it. Just gain yards, make sure you're really close to that midfield line, as close as you can get. If you get the opportunity to cross, you need to cross it.
Wernemar at the bottom of your screen has been a favorite target of Paige Russell, is again on the comeback, and it's incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah, she calls for it. She's clapping for her quarterback to send it that way. That's 2 drops in a row for Eva Wernemar.
And Corey Hill brings his team over. They're going to go for it, already trailing 22-6. And approaching a minute to play in our first half. And this is the play of this game early. 49ers have to cross midfield to pick up the first. If so, they'll have 3 downs to score a touchdown.
And I love what Calexico is doing at the defense. I'll explain in a second.
Russell, pressure, crosser, incomplete. Some contact, no flag. And looking for Seaman. Cowboys will take over.
So what they're doing is playing preventive defense right there in that line that's supposed to be crossed by the 49ers. But they have a free safety out there in case they decide to go long. It's the perfect formation for a situation like this. And she sticks to that line. That's so hard to do. That's discipline.
Cowboys will get it back, in a penalty on the first play as the ball was snapped.
5-yard penalty includes a loss of down. 2nd down.
Remember, penalties in NFL flag so critical. They can absolutely be a drive crusher because of the loss of down infraction. Here come the 2 quarterbacks. De Castro surveys, fires, caught. And ball pops out near the 10-yard line for Paula Nicole Cruz. 10 seconds remaining. Calexico with the full complement of timeouts. And Alan Salas will utilize that timeout with 2 seconds to go. And 1 snap into the end zone on 3rd and goal coming.
Vas a hacer un stop adentro del touchdown camp. Tú vas a centrar y ocupo que llegues a la segunda línea del touchdown. ¿Sí? Jesse, tú vas a hacer un cross en la primera línea del touchdown. A listos, vienes motion, solo va a hacer finta por atrás para ver qué hace el rusher. Si tienes a Jesse y se amarran con Jesse, está cama atrás.
Ok, Jesse va a ser escuadra.
La amarilla y cama atrás, entonces aprovechamos ahí.
Espera, ¿se puede correr?
Sí, se puede, sí.
So much knowledge. So many things to explain. So they're going to send in different levels within the touchdown. They're going to send a motion just to see what the rusher is doing and read from there where to attack. They're asking if they're allowed to run. They are, because they're outside the run zone. So let's see how this plays out.
Run zone designated by those 5 dotted lines at the 5-yard line. Back in the end zone and incomplete. Looking for the size with Gomez off the fingertips on the final play of the half.
But everything was great about it, even how he asks for a timeout. You can tell 3 seconds on the clock. He doesn't worry about it anymore. He just knows this is the last play of the half. And we're going to talk to Alan Salas in just a second.
His team with a 22-6 lead. What will be the first question you ask him?
Alan, ¿nos escuchas? Sí. Alan.
Niners, a great rivalry, the highest levels, and here at NFL Flag, 1 step closer to a championship. Ortiz, a couple of touchdown strikes in our first half, including this one to De Castro, who's also thrown a couple of passes herself. Wernemar from 41 yards out, the longest touchdown we've seen so far this weekend. The 49ers had a nice response, but the defense for the Cowboys proved to be very difficult. Ortiz finding ways to get the football to Paula Nicole Cruz.
Care for plays like that. Trampa, we call it in Mexico. And she did it perfectly to get more points on the board. And talking about Mexico in the international game, Mexico 28-0.
We will see them later today as part of our international showcase, if that score holds. Paige Russell from her own end zone. 49ers have it to start our second half. And the dump off to Gwyneth Lyon. for a solid completion. It'll be second down, midfield to go, and Russell's numbers so far accurate, including that long touchdown strike we just talked about. And she's going to have to pick it up even more to begin the second.
Yes, because when we see completions and attempts, it's 50% of completion. She needs to get better in communication with her team. It also has to do with a great job that Cowboys are doing defensively.
Here's the pressure, and Russell fires it into the turf, incomplete, third down.
Yeah. As a rusher, I would really like for IFAF and flag football to consider intentional grounding. I'm just saying. That was a great defensive play, and nothing came out of it really for this side of the ball. They need to be really patient now in the construction of this offensive drive, especially this third down is key. They need to get really close to that midfield line, but it needs to be with the play that they feel really comfortable about.
Third and mid, Russell surveys across the middle, incomplete and off the fingertips of Wernemar. Fourth down for Corey Hill's team. Out of Ladera Ranch, California, they'll elect to punt.
Yep.
The Cowboys will get it at their own 5. A huge stop to start the half.
Huge stop. And also, I can imagine, right? You're coming into this from the second half. You just had this motivational conversation with your coach. You're trying to come in with everything that you got, and this is where you find in your opponent nothing but 3 plays. It's kind of a vibe killer. That's what I'm trying to get.
You see Ortiz, who has been a vibe enhancer in the first 12 minutes. Numbers through the roof. Ortiz back to the air. Sidearm delivery and the near side grab. And a good start for the Bad Rabbits. Anna De Castro.
You can see her maturity. Look how she does her progression. She's looking at her 1 option, 2 options. She's not there. I'm looking for my 3rd option, and she's connecting on that out route.
We showed a highlight yesterday where it appeared as if it was a no-look pass. Looking one way, firing deep down the field, the other direction, some 40 yards out, and it was precise and a touchdown.
We must remember she's a first-team All-Pro out of her area in California.
De Castro to Ortiz. He'll utilize it to quarterbacks and back to De Castro. The pass falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and mid.
And that's the Mexican play. Toma que te doy, it's called. So take it that I'm going to give it to you. And it's perfectly designed. So basically, the quarterbacks are the ones that play here, generating the space between the rushers.
22-6 lead, 3rd and mid. And obviously, Calexico in no hurry whatsoever with this kind of advantage. What's the strategy in your mind here?
Right now, you just got to get close to that 4th down mark. I don't think you're going to be super aggressive in this play. You just want to cross over.
Ortiz, here's the rush. Heaves one deep, double coverage. Incomplete and poked away at the absolute last minute by Tinley Hill.
And they're making me look bad because it's the 2nd time that I'm like, they're going to be aggressive, and they're not. And now they're not going to be aggressive, and they are. And that's why Alan Salas is such a genius. He does not play with what you think would be obvious.
Enriquez, the intended receiver. And a timeout on the field after a punt on 4th down. 49ers get it over the 49ers. 8:17 remaining. Alongside of the gold medal winning Mexican national team member Rebecca Landa, I'm Roy Philpott. 49ers get the ball back after the critical stop near midfield. And it's Paige Russell again. On 1st down, mid to go. Gwyneth Lyon ahead to the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd down from there.
Yeah, this is what they need to do. It's really hard, their situation they're in. You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to lose your identity in the process. Finding Lyon in the middle of the field is a perfect start.
Russell, the pump fake. And over to Hogenkamp, her first catch of this game, an enormous performance yesterday with a touchdown reception and a conversion in the victory over the Packers. 3rd and mid. Head coach Corey Hill. 49ers need a touchdown on this possession and a quick stop with time dwindling down.
Huge play.
Russell under duress, 1st down, Hogenkamp. It'll be 1st and goal. 3 tries to reach the end zone for the 49ers from there.
They needed that. They needed that. So important, even emotionally, to know you still can get that pace you need for the rest of the game. They need to move fast. That's reality. I'm a little bit concerned about him taking so much time explaining things to them because they don't have that much time to catch up on that 22 points that Calexico, California has.
49ers do have the 3 timeouts. They need a touchdown. They need one quickly. Approaching the halfway point of the half. Here in the quarterfinals, the winner advancing to tomorrow's semifinals. The championship game also at 5 o'clock on ABC tomorrow afternoon. Lyon was going to spring free near the goal line, but the pass had already been thrown over her reach.
Yeah, and that was the lack of communication. This is what we mean when we say flag football is about details. Look at them on the left of your screen. They're going to crash into each other, so she's not going to get to that pass when she's supposed to. That's all communication with your receiver. You have to know who's crossing first so you don't lose time.
Becca Londa dropping knowledge on route running.
I played everything. Even though I'm a rusher, I played
think of you
everything.
as a rusher, as a defensive player. On 2nd down, Russell, front pylon, looking for Hogenkamp. And it is incomplete. So 3rd down and goal to go, and more than 23 yards needed to reach the end zone in a play the 49ers have to have.
Yeah, that's a very hard position they're in because for a pass like that, you need time, Roy. And the rusher is not giving her any time to really develop the play. The receivers develop their own routes. They need to find creative ways. And that's when, in Mexico, you would put 2 quarterbacks. Make sure you're gaining some time for yourself.
Rebecca, dare we suggest the crowd a factor here as the Calexico fans supporting their team, making a little bit of noise on 3rd and goal. Russell heaves one deep, and it is incomplete. Calexico defensively rock solid in that pass right in front of that front pylon. Cowboys will get it back. No 5 possessions for the 49ers, just the 1 touchdown. It came on the opening drive of the game, and all smiles.
La deschongaron, we say.
And what does that mean?
She lost her hairdo. They took the hair away from her. La deschongaron. Great defensive play. Honestly, they're very aware of the situation where we're talking about the Cowboys. They know exactly what they need to do to avoid what the 49ers are trying to achieve.
And Calexico, California will take its time across the middle of the field. And racing ahead was Camila Gomez. 2nd and mid.
And if you're the 49ers right now, you need to stop, and you need to stop really fast. So my coach in the defense in Mexico would say, you need to be aggressive. We need to be aggressive. We need to risk it, because if we don't risk it, we're still going to lose the game. So you either have to go that way or just lay back and let them run down the clock like they are going to do, which we've seen before. The 49ers have scouted the Cowboys. They know they can do that. They're going to have to change a little bit their scheme when it comes to the defense.
Rebecca Aggressive Londa.
Yes.
That is your middle name. I've heard you use that word so many times this weekend.
Yeah, because it's so important in flag football. There are situations where you can't be risky, and look at that. They are being aggressive. They're being so close to those offensive players without giving any space. Oh my God, and they're gonna get surprised, Roy.
Just outside the no-run zone, De Castro scampers ahead for the 1st down into plus territory.
And this is amazing by the coaches, because they know they're gonna have like press coverage right there, and they're gonna have to focus in their own woman in this case. That's gonna open up so many options down the field.
Alan Salas has been brilliant. The play calling has been fantastic. And you can understand why he's the head coach of the German national team on the men's side after leading Panama's national team as the head coach there. He has been brilliant throughout.
Exactly what Alan Salas was saying about how they are aggressive with the rushers, so they open up other spaces. And you can see exactly where the rusher is rushing into that 2nd quarterback. That's where the space is opening up, and they're going to use that lane exactly there. You're going to find Paola Nicole Cruz.
49ers get it back. 2 minutes and change remaining of that running clock here in the quarterfinals. We started the day with 8 teams. 1 has already been eliminated. We saw that matchup with the Chargers advancing over the Jets earlier this morning. And now Calexico with the Cowboys on the verge of punching its ticket into tomorrow's semis. And for Corey Hill, a great run in Canton. 49ers have found ways, but up against stiff competition today. And we expect more of this high level as we get deeper here at the NFL Flag Championships.
Of course. We're going to see this. They know exactly what's in play for each one of them. The coaches as well. You can see all the preparation that comes into this. Either if it's scouting, visualization, working on breath work, even route running in your head. That's all very important when it comes to this level. You can see the difference it plays when it comes to the scoreboard.
Russell from her own end zone fires a strike, and Wernemar a completion. A gain of about 10, closer to midfield. 3rd and mid to go for the 49ers, under 2 to play.
Yeah, and from Calexico, we're just going to see a little bit more preventive defense, making sure they don't get like a big play in this type of moments.
Now Russell, a standout varsity basketball player. Wernemar incomplete at near side sideline.
So just like
4th and mid.
Sorry. Just like right now, I'm going to let you catch everything in front of me, nothing behind me. And as a team, we're going to go and get that flag from you. Now they're in a hard 4th down again, and they have to play. They have no choice, Roy.
Now Wernemar had that early 41-yard touchdown. First possession for the 49ers. This drive continues across midfield. Zoe Seaman picks up the first. It'll be 1st and goal. But the Cowboys have been locked in defensively.
They are so good at respecting where they're supposed to be standing. Sometimes it's very easy to feel that rush to move.
40 seconds remaining. Crosser. Flag pull at the 10, make it the 11. 2nd and goal from there, and a timeout called. Corey Hill, the head coach.
Good. Hey, way to go. Okay. Look, Gwen, are you ready to score? Yes. Okay. I like it. All right. We're going right here. Okay. Ava, underneath. Hey, take a shot at Gwen in the back corner. Because it doesn't matter. And then listen, we got to get right back on the ball. We're going to get right back on the ball, and we're going to run 9 again, okay?
Gwyneth Lyon has been one of Paige Russell's favorite targets, and she has been the starting center for Ladera Ranch, representing the 49ers.
And I love the conversation he's having with them, because even though it's a hard situation, he's still keeping it positive, right? And that's really important when you're developing players that are so young, especially when we're talking about young women.
Lyon again will snap it. They're looking for her in that back corner. The center is eligible as a pass receiver. Off the wheel, they'll go the other direction and incomplete. Hogenkamp was trying to break free halfway through the end zone. 3rd and goal. 49ers got to hurry with that running clock, out of timeouts. One more snap here at the end of the